Something super exciting happened this past week though, and I have to share it with you. I even got it on video. Hey guys, it's Maggie and I am back today, and I thought I would do a 20-week recap, and I also figured I would sit in front of the Christmas tree because Christmas just happened, so might as well get a pretty background out of it. We were kind of busy this week. I did not pick up my camera. I just felt like, let's enjoy this Christmas because it will be the last Christmas with just Zach and I, and I don't know why. I think the hormones are just, they're doing their thing. I thought about it the other day and I started like crying because I'm so happy about it. It's so, how awesome is next Christmas gonna be? But at the same time, Zach and I have been together for over 12 years now, and it's gonna be a change. And see, I got some baby clothes and stuff that I'll show you for Christmas gifts, and I was like tearing up at that. Oh, this is who I am now, apparently. Yeah. Oh my god. Anytime I tear up, I feel like my eyes go crazy, and then I can't see. Anyways, okay, so Christmas was great. We had our little Christmas, just Zach and I, on Christmas Eve. We decided to exchange our gifts and stuff, and so he got me my new planner. I have my old one here. This is my 2024 one. It's upside down. Did I write upside down? Oh no, it's not upside down. What am I saying? This is my 2024 one. I have the new one in the other room, but it's my favorite thing, and I ask for it every year. I got him a hot sauce subscription that he had in the past and he really loved, so we restarted that, and just some other little things. But a few days before Christmas, I saw this thing, I think it was on Pinterest or somewhere, where you use your Christmas tree and take like a silhouette photo at night. It was a complete pain in the butt to do, but the results were like pretty good. It took a bit of editing because I was still too bright in the photo. I was trying all these different settings on my camera. I tried my phone. Anyways, I think the photo turned out really cute. I shared that on Instagram, and then on Christmas Day we went to my brother and my sister-in-law's house for Christmas, and I took a little bump photo with Zach. It was so cute, and I feel like just it's growing exponentially at this point. Like, I think it's so neat that my body's doing what it needs to do, and oh, it's such a cool feeling. People said the second trimester it gets better, and I agree with that. The first trimester was rough because I just felt so sick, and that lasted into the second trimester a little bit, and I still get gaggy at random things. My sense of smell is out of this world. Like, that is awful. I wish I did not have that. Our bedroom, I think, just with 4 dogs and a husband, all that, it just has its own scent to it, and we're gonna do a deep clean because I can barely go in there at this point. It's just so disgusting to me. I smell everything. I took a shirt out of my closet and tried to wear it, and it was, I had to wash it because I couldn't stand the smell of it. Everything is just so strong, so that's been a little bit of a pain in the butt, but otherwise the second trimester is it's so awesome. Anyways, I don't think I said it, but let me share the little bump photos here that Zach and I took, and you can see like she's growing in there. I had this nice little dress that I wore. Dresses are definitely more comfortable. And then I had this flannel that I've never worn before. I got it, I think, at Goodwill like years ago. But it's red and green. It's very Christmassy. Trying to tie that together like that in the photo, that was near impossible. So I had to use a ponytail holder to keep it together because it's just not big enough to wrap around me fully and be able to tie. I've upped my sizes for both pants and shirts. It's the most convenient thing to do. But our little Christmas photo looks so cute. So I'm going to print out the silhouette one with the Christmas tree in the background, and then the one of Zach and I, and I'm going to put it in the baby book. I'm going to start working on that soon. I still haven't, but everything feels like it's getting more and more real week by week, so I want to make sure that I work on that a little bit. I didn't even tell you guys, so in week 20 we got our first snow too. I love that I get to be pregnant during the winter months. I feel like I like the cold air, it's a lot more refreshing, but realizing that I can't sled, sometimes we sled down our hill at our house, I can't do that this year. That's okay, it's alright, but we did get our first snow, so here's a clip from that. Look what happened last night. Look at the snow. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. I know I'm like overexposed now because it's so bright out. Oh my gosh. The dogs have been loving it. There's still snow on the ground because it hasn't warmed up. And I'm hoping we get more. I think we're actually supposed to get rain though, which is gonna melt everything. But I'm really hoping for some more snow. I know some people really don't like it, but I kind of love the dead of winter, especially after the holidays. It just feels like we're refreshing, we're starting anew, we're starting with a clean slate, and I feel like it's just quieter. It's just so much more quieter and slower. There's less commotion, and you can think for a minute, you know? So I love after the new year. I really, I didn't used to, but the last few years I've really enjoyed that time. It's just, it's such a great time to start planning, which is perfect for me. That like dead of winter, I'm gonna be able to, I feel like, get a lot done, work on the nursery and stuff. Anyways, because it was Christmas, I thought I'd show you just a couple things I got for baby girl. I have them right behind me. I got a lot of like maternity clothes. That's pretty much all I got. Was like a lot of different brands. We've got 𝙗𝙪𝙨. I've never heard of that brand, but these are all maternity outfits. But let me show you the baby stuff. So my brother's future wife, her mom gave me this, and she's like, for my adopted granddaughter. Look at how cute this is. See, I want to tear up. That is the cutest little outfit. Why am I crying? It's the hormones. I just think that's the cutest little outfit, and she's gonna be so cute in it. I can't. No, I just put mascara on. Give me a second. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm back. See, this is like wild, and my mascara is leaking on my face, so if I look goofy, I'm sorry. I can't help it. I'm so excited and grateful. And that's the cutest little outfit. Okay, and then my my sister-in-law got me like a little set, and it's meant to be like a mommy and me set. So there's a robe, and it's got the cutest little pattern. Hold on, I'm trying to flip it around and figure out where I am. Cutest little robe like this, and actually Zach got me something very similar from Vera Bradley that I asked for. Can I get it? Yeah. Let me get this one too. I wanted like a summery robe because I figured she's gonna be here early May or around that time period, and we're gonna be going into the warmer months. My hope is that I will be able to breastfeed, and so I thought having like a lightweight robe would be really nice. And now I've got two. So here's the one that I asked Zach for. It's super cute. So now I've got these two. But anyways, going back to this set, so we've got the robe, and then we've got a little baby blanket. Love it. And then a little headband. I can't. And a little hat. Just so tiny. It's so cute. Okay, just need to stop because Oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? I swear, she's gonna be here and I'm gonna cry nonstop. I'm a mess. Okay, so anyways, adorable. Super grateful. We actually, we're still planning on going to Zach's dad's house for a little Christmas get-together. We were gonna do it last weekend, but his sister got sick, and so we rescheduled. So I think we're gonna do that this coming week. And Zach took a lot of time off of work, so that's been really nice, and we have been chilling. It's been awesome. He's been playing on his Xbox, because I got a couple extra things for his Xbox, like, I know nothing about game, like, stations. Consoles? Yeah. The only thing I ever had growing up was a Game Boy, so I didn't have, and a computer, but I didn't have any, like, PlayStation or anything like that. I was never, I don't know, super into it, and so I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to this stuff, but I got him a little extra battery set for his remote control thing, and then I got a gift card just so he could, you know, if there was a game that he wanted on the live thing. Going on the Xbox store, I don't know what I'm doing. I had to go on Amazon because I couldn't figure it out. Anyway, so he's been playing his Xbox. I learned that, I've mentioned this in the past, I'll get into little kicks of Roller Coaster Tycoon on the computer, and I learned that they came out with Open RCT2, which is, like, I guess frequently being updated, and they've made some changes to the game where it makes it a little bit easier to use, and just some cool things about it. So it was free to download as long as you had the base game, and I have Roller Coaster Tycoon 2 on my laptop. So it's like, you can Google it, Open RCT2, and it just builds off of the original game, and I think the original game was like $10, digital download on Amazon. So we've been enjoying that, because also I don't think there's gonna be time in the near future for me to be doing that, so I'm just, you know, playing around, making my little parks and stuff. So that's what we've been doing. Something super exciting happened this past week though, and I have to share it with you. I even got it on video. Okay, so I've mentioned recently her kicking has picked up, like, wildly. You know, I was feeling it. I had little kicks since about week 14, which is considered pretty early. I'm not surprised that I would feel it because I'm so in tune with everything that goes on in my belly, you know, every little movement. You know what I think it is? Now that I'm looking back, I've been asked before about stomas and ostomies making noises, and like, what do you do about that? And that was something I was so, when I realized that my stoma was loud, which it is, it definitely is, when I realized that in high school, like in class, a quiet classroom, I was so embarrassed by it and nervous by it. So I really paid attention to what I was feeling with my belly, and I would learn certain movements or certain feelings, what would lead to, you know, my ostomy making noises. So I've learned that little bits of pressure behind my stoma usually mean something's coming, and I will muffle it with my hand. I think just being so in tune with that over the years, like any little movement I pay attention to, I think that helped me feel her earlier. And it's so weird because you can feel them in different places on your belly. She seems to like to hide out behind my ostomy bag. So, like, having people feel it's a little awkward. I've really been feeling her, like, right in my midline scar and over to the right. So with Zach, it's like, that's totally fine, but I feel like with other people who want to feel my belly and maybe want to feel her kick, I'm gonna have to, like, lift my ostomy bag out of the way, or you're gonna have to wait until she's a lot bigger before I show you what I want to show you, which is super cool. I mentioned early on, like, about what if people come up and touch my belly and all they're touching is ostomy bags, and some of you guys are like, oh my god, who would do that? It has happened already. It has happened a few times already, and in my head, I like, it's not a big deal to me. I learned that I really don't care about it. I am so much less caring about my ostomy now. When it fills, I don't care. I've got a cute little belly, whatever. But I have had people, you know, want to touch my belly, and a majority of them have gone to the right side. Like, they're truly only touching my ostomy bag. And I'm not gonna say anything because it's just funny to me. And so when I went over, this was a few weeks ago, I went over to my brother and sister-in-law's, and she comes up to me and she's like, I need to feel your belly. And she went to the left side. She like instinctively went to the left side, and I said, thank you. Like, you're the first person not to touch just ostomy bag. And she's like, I know you. Like, I know where your bag is. So I thought that was sweet. I really, I was laughing about it. But yes, people do feel your belly without asking. And I'm okay with it, actually. Like, I learned that I am okay with it if they feel ostomy bag and they question, like, what is that weird plastic ring on your belly? That's my ostomy. Everybody knows I have it. So, like, if you want to try to feel baby, or at least baby belly, you might want to head to the other side. So, that has happened. Anyways, back to her kicking. I started feeling her early, but the last couple weeks, she has picked up so much. I know I said before I was feeling her, you know, usually early in the morning or late at night when I was still. Anytime I sit, anytime I'm still at all throughout the day, I feel her. It seems like she really wants to be lulled to sleep by me moving around. So she wakes up when I sit down and she's kicking. And for the most part, she has been kicking low because from my understanding, what they told me with my ultrasounds and stuff, she's breech. So that means her feet are facing like downwards and her head is upwards. So I've been feeling her like towards my butt and towards my lady parts. And I'm wondering, can I feel that more as somebody without a rectum because I just don't have that cushion to like block maybe? Who knows? But that's where I feel her the most. But a few times recently, she has started either punching or kicking towards my scar or underneath my ostomy bag. And the other day, I was sitting there in my chair and Zach was over here. I'm like looking at our chairs right here. And I started to feel her in that area. It's not super often, but she does do it occasionally. And I was like, oh, Zach, wait, put your hand here. And she kicked him. And it was, he was like, ooh. It's like shocking to feel it for the first time. I love it. Like, it's so reassuring because I know that she's in there moving and grooving. She's doing stuff. She's growing. So that has been fantastic. So then when I started to notice occasionally she'd be kicking by my scar under my ostomy, I was like, let me pull my camera out, see if I can actually catch it because I've seen it. You know, I've seen little movements on my stomach and I caught it. So I want to share it with you guys. Okay, I know this is very weird that I'm doing this, but she's kicking and you can see it. She's right here kicking. Ah! That was her. She's in there. When Zach felt it, I was like, see, there is a baby in my tummy. You know, not that like the millions of ultrasound photos that we have at this point aren't proof enough, but yeah, it's like my favorite thing. I love it so much. Ugh, so cool. It really makes me happy. I don't know how to describe it. I never thought I would be able to experience this, and just as it increases and things go on, it's so neat and I'm really enjoying it. I'm loving it so much. Okay, so anyways, because I'll start crying again. That's just 2 a.m. now. I've been really starting to plan now. Really, that's coming across my mind. We are gonna have a little girl in May, and there's a lot to do. There's a lot you need. One of the things, you know, that I obviously have to think about and Zach has to think about, we have 4 dogs. We have 4 big dogs. I know not everybody's a dog person. For me, sorry, I'm sitting on this bag. Let me move it a little bit. I know not everybody's a dog person, but it's really important for us to make sure not only is baby girl happy, safe, protected, all of that, but the dogs as well. So those things are crossing my mind. One of the things that I'm thinking about is a little like fenced off play area for her. And so I think actually where this Christmas tree is, I measured out this morning, I want to do a little baby gate, you know, closed off area with a mat. I'm thinking, you know, we have dog fur. It's inevitable when you have dogs. We have dog fur, so I'd like a little like foam play mat that's easy to clean off, and just you know, a little separated area for her to be in. Our dogs have been around kids before. The girls really just don't seem to notice children super often. They've been around like friends' kids and stuff, and they don't seem bothered by them at all. They're just like, okay. Anyways, Bruno, however, our boy, loves little creatures. He loves them. And so he's been around kids. He loves kids. It's really cute. So I know that Bruno's probably going to be pretty happy. It's going to be his baby. But, you know, I'm just thinking logistically, when you've got 4 dogs moving around, I just want an area that's a little sectioned off. We used to have dog gates everywhere. We had dog gates to our living room, so rooms could be separated off. Not that we don't want to keep our dogs included, but sometimes it's helpful just to have separate areas, especially when feeding. I know that every dog is a little bit different, and you have to be careful. Every dog has different needs and preferences and stuff, and so that's something I'm just very strict about, is when it comes to feeding. And I also know that this little girl has to respect the dog's boundaries, you know, as much as they have to respect hers. So these are all things that obviously I'm thinking about and Zach's thinking about. So yes, play corner over here. I was thinking, I'm looking into little toy bins, not just for her, but for the dogs. 2 of our dogs love toys. There's one that really loves them, and that's Holly. She loves all stuffed animals. She's pretty good about knowing what's hers and what isn't hers. I don't think she's ever eaten anything that she's not supposed to. That being said, a lot of the toys for little babies and doggies look the same. So, you know, I thought about getting a new toy bin for the dogs pretty soon, just making sure that she knows those are her toys. Yeah, I'm sure something's gonna happen. Toys are gonna get mixed up. But I thought about doing that and then getting another toy bin just to help. You know what, the place is gonna be a mess. It already is, but the place is gonna be a mess. It's gonna be filled with, you know, toys and baby stuff, and that's okay. But maybe like one little toy bin will help keep a little organization. I don't care. I'm continually like, oh my god, we get to experience this, how freaking cool. So yes, that's just what I'm planning. I'm like measuring things in the bedroom that we plan to have for her. Like, I might want to put up little shelves and stuff. My tummy just grumbled. I gotta eat soon. And you probably heard that. Sorry, that was loud. I'm wondering if she can hear the noises that my ostomy makes. That's gotta be loud, because that's like, I think she's up by there. Well, sorry about that. Yeah, we're planning, we're doing stuff, and still working on my registry, working on all the things that I think would be helpful. And there's so many baby products out there, and I'm just between like, hey, have it, not need it is better than, you know, not having it and desperately needing it like in the middle of the night. But at the same time, I don't want to buy a bunch of junk, you know, just that's gonna sit around and you don't use. I'm trying to balance between the two. So it's interesting. There's a lot of stuff for babies out there. There are a few things that I'm super interested in. One is a tush baby, or like one of those little, I don't know, buckle belt things that has a seat. It's more for when she's a little bit older and carrying her, but I know that I'm a smaller person and I'm not the strongest person, so something like that just helping me with the weight is going to be great. There's a lot to think about. But I'm super excited for it. I'm excited for the new year and just the quiet that winter brings and the ability to just plan in that time period. So I think 20 weeks, man, wow. Such a cool feeling continually. I know I say that pretty much every time I do an update, but I wanted to share what happened this past week. such a good week seeing her doing well on her anatomy scan. I know that I shared about that appointment and the office and the disorganization. Right now, I'm trying to roll with it because I know it's hard to switch offices, especially your first time carrying like a pregnancy this far, you know. I don't know what I'm doing, okay? I'm trying to do my best, trying to make the best decisions. And I recognize these offices are just overloaded with patients. They're trying to do their best. But I definitely, it's one of those situations where I feel like just a number. And I have some unique stuff going on health-wise that I wish was being paid attention to more. And so as we get closer to delivery, I'm working on my courage to really be able to advocate for myself and be firm about the things that I want, because seeing different doctors every time. I'm seeing a 4th new doctor the next time I go, and except for the first person that I saw who really spent a lot of time with me, really, she seemed to have gone through my chart prior, which was awesome. She knew a lot about my care already. She knew about the ectopic pregnancy. And not just that, but how it was handled. Every other doctor after they're just like, oh, you had an ectopic? Yeah. Yes, I did. And, they ask, oh, how's your Crohn's? And like, every time I come in here, I tell you guys I'm in remission and that my GI is watching over me. Like, Crohn's disease by itself is not a concern for me at this point. It's structurally the changes that I've had that I'm more concerned about. While this office leaves kind of a lot to be desired, it is a large office, and I like that they have a lot of providers. I like that they have, resources behind them, because I don't know what delivery is going to be like. There's no inherent reason that I would need a C-section. Everything, people with ostomies go on to have vaginal deliveries. It's not an issue. Even proctocolectomy surgery doesn't mean that you need a C-section. And if you guys follow Megan Brown, I think she's EMC Brown on Instagram or something like that. She's had 2 vaginal deliveries, same surgical setup as me, ostomy and proctocolectomy. And she had to really advocate for that with her doctor, and they had to make some minor changes in how they delivered, but it can be done, and that's my hope. The first doctor I saw seemed really it's definitely safer for you to give a vaginal delivery if you're able to. Obviously, there's a chance that something can happen and we may have to do a C-section. Yes, it's better to have a scheduled C-section than an emergency one, but having a vaginal delivery is not just, obviously people want that, usually more, but less surgery for you. Also, if you want to have more children, it's a little bit better. And I was like, yeah, I do hope that I can have more kids, so I would really like to try. And while I know that the scheduled C-section is better than an emergency one, the hospital I'm delivering at is the same hospital that I had my emergency ectopic surgery overnight for. I had it there, so I trust their ability to care for me under these unusual circumstances. I felt very heard when I had that surgery. I felt very well informed, which I feel like you don't often have. I felt very informed with that surgery because they told me every possibility of what could happen. I could lose an ovary, thankfully I didn't. They may have to move my stoma, thankfully they didn't. But they went through everything, all the expectations. They even were like, you know what, we want to be cautious with you. And we do want to do an open surgery because we don't know what we're walking into. We don't know where your scar tissue is. And if we do laparoscopic, we may have to cut you open anyway, and it might be messier than if we just did an open incision like that long one that I now have. I feel like ultimately that was probably the best decision. So I felt well handled, and it's just funny, the attitudes of further doctors have been like, oh, well, scheduled C-section is better, and it might be the way to go. And I'm like, I don't know if I want that. What? Can we all be on the same page and have the same I'm just hearing different attitudes from different doctors, so I don't know what to expect. Anyways, I feel like I'm blabbering on. I want to see what happens with this pregnancy, and maybe I will go on to have a beautiful, perfect vaginal delivery with no complications, And then maybe I can look at a smaller office where it is a little bit more intimate and people, you know, the doctors know you a little bit better and they're able to spend more time with you. I don't hold it against this office that they can't do that because it's a busy office. There are people coming in, going out. It's huge. It's a huge office. So yeah, I'm sitting tight for now and I feel like I'm in good hands. I just have to be a little bit more firm and really push for myself. So that's hard for me to do. I talk about it online. I try to share the best ways to do it, but I don't always do it myself. I need to practice what I preach, and I've learned that a lot over the years. Anyways, that is my 20-week recap. Some exciting things have happened this week. I think feeling her and seeing her kick on camera, like on my belly, coolest experience ever, and Zach getting to feel her too, and just, it's making it all so much more real. Anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next. Bye, guys. Thank you so much for watching today's video. If you are looking for a way to help support my channel, consider liking this video or even subscribing. You can also check out my store at LetsTalkIBD.shop. I have stickers and hoodies like these guys over here, just related to chronic illness and inflammatory bowel disease, something fun. And I also have a coupon code for my YouTube watchers. You could also become a member of my channel like the wonderful people scrolling on screen here. They've become a member and they have access to videos a little bit earlier. It's a great way to support my channel, and really, just watching my videos means the world. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next.